In this video, let's take a look at TPC Desktop 2017 Release 1 and two changes that we've made to the export of surfaces to CAD. Here I've got the surface from the sample site survey that we ship with Traverse PC, and if we just zoom in here a little bit, we can see that we've got a couple of different line types that we use. We've embedded labels in here, and I can go into the surface settings and tell Traverse PC what colors and how frequent to make the labels. Here I've said every 3 inches, my label size. I'm telling it to draw and label both major and minor contours. So let's go ahead and write this to a CAD file. Let's go to Tools, Export Drawing As. I've already selected AutoCAD right here, so let's go ahead and export. Overwrite the one that we did just a minute ago. And let's hit Preview to bring this up in one of the AutoCAD viewers. And notice that the contour mesh layer is turned off. If I just turn it on, I see the mesh again, but by default it comes in turned off. So I'm not going to see that automatically with Traverse PC. Then the second big thing I want to show you is that if I were to list this surface now, let me just zoom in a little bit here. I would now see that Traverse PC is using polylines even when we include the labels. It used to be in previous versions that we only got polylines if labels were off. Now we always get polylines and we get the labels. So line types, polylines, and the labels. Then the other thing we've done with this is that those of you that use 3D perspective, we're actually putting those contours at their elevation. So instead of all those lightweight polylines being at 0 elevation, they're now at the elevation. So I can use the contours to sort of show the model. Or if I want to, I can go to the layers and tell Traverse PC that I want to see that polyface mesh again. Let's turn that back on here. And then let's hide this layer over here. So now I'm looking at the polyface mesh, and I can get the perspective on that as well as the contour. So it's really your choice now, whether you want to work with the mesh or the contours. But I want you to know that the mesh gets turned off by default when you open the file in CAD, and also that all of the contours now come across as polylines at the correct elevation. And if you turn on labels, you still get polylines, and both the polylines and the labels are at the correct elevation.